What's up, guys? This is Bull the Fell-Handed. Now, if any of you know me, you know that I truly believe that the Leopard 1 is the best tank in the game. I'm basing this on mobility and gun handling. It has 2 out of 3 of the holy trifecta, which is armor, mobility, and firepower. Although the Type 59 is slowly climbing up there to what I truly believe the best tank of the game is. Now, moving on. The reason I'm showing you this game, guys, is because mistakes were made. Now, did I do good in this game? I did okay. But I haven't played the Leopard 1 in such a long time. I've been playing a lot of mid-tiers, and I haven't been in the high-tier lobbies of late. Now, of course, there is a big difference in your normal skill level from low tiers or mid tiers to high tiers. If you're going from one to the other, it doesn't translate very well. In other words, if you've been running 5s and you just, all of a sudden went in and started playing 8 and up, it's going to be a big culture change. But however, if you're used to running a lot of high tiers and you go to start running mids, some of that skill translates. Moving on. Now, the reason I say mistakes were made, my constant viewers, is because when I was playing the game, I was just like, I messed up here, I messed this shot up, I messed up here, I should have been here. And that type of self-reflection is important for each of us to do in order to do better. So as long as you're aware that you are making mistakes, then you can do things in order to fix those mistakes. For example, I come off of this hill near the end of my game, and I thought to myself, this is a bad move. I should stay on the hill where I'm safe. I go down the hill, I take a shot, and I think I get obliterated. But it all boils down to making those judgment calls. And, we all come to a point where, you make the calls. And, yes, you're going to make wrong calls from time to time. But as long as you understand, what made that particular call wrong. Moving on. So we're on Thiepval Ridge, if I am pronouncing that right. And this is typically where all your tanks that spawn in the southeastern corner go to. We're at E8, E9, E0. Maybe not E8 so much, but I am kind of on the edge. Essentially, all you do is you pull up here and you just kind of wait it out until your targets get spotted, because the downside is most of the time if you go out there to detect targets, you're going to just get wiped right off the map very early on in the game. And in these high tier lobbies where the games move slower than they do the lower tiers, you have to really conserve your health in order to make the most out of your tank and your time on the field. That's kind of what you have to look at it as. You have to look at it as, how can I make the most out of my time being here? And that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to try to make the most out of being on the field. Now, I am taking some long-range shots, and guys, you'll see me run a lot of APCR in different tanks. But, when you are in a tank that has, 268, 258, any kind of high tier medium typically runs APCR as standard, and it's just going to have absolutely ridiculous pin. Very rarely will you have to run APCR, or in this case heat, which is the premium ammunition. So just keep that in mind. My constant viewers know that I typically run 50-50 on standard and premium ammunition, and most of the time I have no qualms about running through as much of it as I need to get the job done. But in this case, I only carry 10 rounds, and even I consider that overkill. So just be aware of that. And you'll also note that in the bat chat I carry 0 because you just really don't need it. I'm sure you could find a way to use it, but what are you going to do? So right now we're taking some long range shots at a STB, and I had some qualms about this situation because at the time I did not feel I was in a good location, and if the STB driver really truly got on the clock and went hull down, I would be the worse for it. Luckily he just kind of turned tail and ran, but as you see I have enemies on both sides of me, to my left and my right, and I realize as I get up here I have made a grievous error. Sure, they're not shooting at me yet, not connecting with me yet, but it is going to happen. There's a 140 right here. I just tack around right into his track, and the idea is the allies near me, hopefully, I was hoping, would put some rounds in him. Now, the part where I said I had enemies on both sides of me is coming to fruition because they are sure as heck shooting me in the buttocks. We tagged the 140 in the track again, and it looked like that shot I had aimed for his upper plate deviated towards his turret. Only my luck. He is rushing me, and we're fine by that. We've got incredible penetration. We're going to go through his turret there, or not his turret, but his upper plate. They're pretty much at any angle. The downside is the guys who are shooting at my back have really started to take a toll on the tank itself, and I am low health. I am starting to realize the error of my ways, but at the same time I want to try to get some shots on target. We try to sneak around into the T-57, don't quite get it where it needs to be, but I am still very aware he's over there, and I could take out a very powerful tank with a mere 1 round. So I'm kind of moving in to see if I can't possibly light him up by myself. As he moves out, we ended up putting a round in him and get him off the board. The downside, however, is I am now detected. Everyone is fully aware that there is a Leopard 1 creeping through the middle of no man's land. Now, it is tied up at this point. I'm in no condition to start or continue a sustained fight, and I kind of understand it's just a matter of time. And you know, the entire time I'm still thinking about things I could have done better. I could have positioned myself better and conserved HP earlier on, and perhaps I wouldn't be in this, you know, life or death situation right now. It's always better to kind of err on the side of having a little HP versus going in and going too full throttle. But you know, when I was fighting the 140, I thought moments before that, this is a bad move. Of course, when you're in a situation like that, and let's say I just decided to do a 180 and turn tail and run, I wouldn't have the pins I have now, and I might have even taken the same damage, if not more. So it's just mistakes were made. It's just bad no matter which way you slice it. And the idea here is, guys, is if I didn't make those mistakes, then possibly I would be in a better position and would have pulled more damage. Would it be considerably more damage? Probably not. But at the same time, we do what we do. So we're getting a couple of pins here on the last guy, and he kind of decides since they're winning, he doesn't want to give up any more of his HP. And you know what, guys? I don't blame him one bit. We had a good game. Did we do amazing? No. We ended up pulling 3406. Guys, I really hope you enjoy. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys next time.